In this video, we are going to solve the 2008 FRQ Form B question 5. It says, let g be a continuous function with g of 2 equals 5. The graph of a piecewise linear function g prime, the derivative of g, is shown above for -3 between x, which is between 7. Find the x-coordinate of all points of inflection of the graph of y equals g of x for -3 is between x, which is 7. Justify your answer. So now, we want to find the point of inflection for g. G prime is shown, so we need to find g double prime. So, points of inflection, part A. We're going to find points of inflection for g double prime, which is going to be at the following points. Let's see, that's not it, not at -1, but this is definitely going to be one at, let me switch colors to maybe gray. We could see gray over here. At 1, that's definitely 1, and also at 4. Okay, back to white now. So now, we could say g double prime of 1, because g prime was greater than 0, then g prime was less than 0, so it's a POI. And also g double prime of 4, because g prime was less than 0, then g prime was greater than 0. Okay, so now part B says find the absolute maximum of g on the closed interval -3 to 7. Okay, so now we're definitely going to have to use endpoints. So now, if we find g of -3, that's going to equal 5 plus, and now, so put the 2 here, and put the -3 here, g of g prime of x, right, dx, which is now going to equal, okay, so anyway, what we're going to have to do over here is we're going to have to switch this, so it's going to be 5 plus, or 5 minus -3 to 2 g prime of x dx. So now when we do this, we're going to get 5 minus, we're going to have to find this area over here, which is a triangle, and also this area over here, but these are going to be the opposite of what it appears to be because the boundaries are all messed up. So now you're going to do 1/2, and what's this? 1, 2, 3, 3 wide by 1 high, minus, this part is 2 wide, so 1/2, 2 wide by 4 down, right? So now when we do this, we're going to get 5 minus, what's that? 3/2? 3/2? And what's that going to be? Minus, so it's going to be plus 4. So now we're going to get 9 minus 3/2, which is 18/2 minus 3/2, so it's 15/2. Okay, now we still need to find the absolute max. There's other points where it could be. It could be g of 2. So g of 2 is going to be 5 plus 2 to 2 g prime of x dx, which is going to be 5 plus 0, which is just going to be 5. So 5 is slightly bigger than 15/2. No, it's not. 15/2 is slightly bigger, right? Because that's 7.5, which is bigger than that. So right now, g of -3 is winning. And now we need to find g of 7. So g of 7 is going to be 5 plus 2 to 7 g prime of x dx. So it's going to be 5 plus, okay, now we have negative area here. We want to find this negative area and this positive area. So we have two triangles, so 1/2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 wide by -2 deep, plus 1/2, 1 by 1. So now you're going to get 5 plus 2. Actually, plus 4, minus 4, minus 4, minus 4, right? Plus 1/2. So you're going to get 1 plus 1/2, which is 3/2. So the max is 15/2 at g of -3. Okay. Of x on the interval from -3 to 7. Okay, so this one's a little bit. Does the MVT? I think that's what. No, it says find the average rate of change. I'm reading part D. Find the average rate of change of g of x on the interval from -3 to between -3 and 7. Okay, so part C. We already have everything that we need from here, because this is giving us what we need over here. So if we do this, we do g of 7 minus g of -3 over 7 minus -3. So g of 7 was 3/2 minus g of -3 was the 15/2 all over 10, which is going to be 18/2 over 10, which is, no, it's not, it's 12/2, 12/2, -12/2, -12/2, which is -6 over 10, which is -3/5. Okay, so we just answered part C. Part D, the average rate of change of g prime of x. So now we're actually looking at the graph on the interval from between -3 and 7. Does MVT apply? No way, because I already see a bunch of corners and cusps. So corners. So anyway, we're still going to find it for them. So it wants us to find g prime of 7 minus g prime of -3. So we're just going to look at the y values. 7 minus -3. That part's going to be a 10. G prime of 7 is 1 minus -4. So now we're going to get 5 over 10, which is 1/2. MVT does not apply because g prime of x is not, let me draw an arrow, differentiable at x equals -1, x equals 1, and also x equals 4. Those 3 points make it not apply. Hope this video helps.